The first knock came at 2:17 a.m. It wasn't a frantic pounding, just two slow, deliberate taps on the front door. Enough to wake Clara from a dead sleep. Enough to make her pulse drum in her ears. She lived alone, miles from the nearest neighbor. The second knock came exactly 30 seconds later. Heart in her throat, she tiptoed to the door, and froze. The man standing there looked exactly like her father. Same height. Same posture. Same crooked smile. But her father died in a car accident 12 years ago. He leaned toward the door, and whispered, "Let me in. I can explain everything." Clara's mind raced. Every rational thought screamed not to open the door. But there was something in his voice. Something so familiar, that her fingers twitched toward the lock. Then she noticed it. His reflection in the mirror across from the door was missing. And the knocking started again. This time, from inside the house. Clara's breath caught in her throat. The sound was unmistakable, those same slow, deliberate knocks, but now they came from the hallway behind her bedroom. She backed away, her mind spinning. A prank? An intruder? Some kind of hallucination? The man outside leaned even closer to the door. "Clara," he said softly, "you've been dreaming. None of this is real. Just open the door, and I'll show you." She almost believed him. Almost. Until she remembered something she hadn't thought about in years, the last voicemail her father left before he died. 3 words. "Don't trust me." The knock inside the house grew louder, faster now, echoing down the hallway like footsteps drawing nearer. She could hear a faint metallic scrape, as though fingernails, or claws, were dragging along the wall. Then her phone lit up on the kitchen counter, buzzing violently. The caller ID made her stomach twist in knots. It was her father's number. And the text preview beneath it read, "Whatever's at your door is not me. Don't let it in." The knocking stopped. For 3 seconds, the world was dead silent. Then came the sound of breathing. Not from outside. Not from down the hall. From right behind her. Clara didn't turn around. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but her legs felt anchored to the floor. The breathing behind her was slow, deliberate, almost patient. "Clara," the voice whispered, close enough that she could feel its breath on her ear. "You opened the wrong door." Her phone, still buzzing on the counter, went silent. Then, without her touching it, the voicemail app opened on its own. A message began to play. It was her father's voice. "I told you not to trust me," it said, trembling. "If you're hearing this, it means I failed to keep it away. Listen to me carefully, don't." The message cut off mid-sentence. From the corner of her eye, she saw movement, her own shadow stretching unnaturally long across the wall, bending, twisting, until it peeled itself from her feet. The thing stepped in front of her, grinning with her father's face. "I'm in now," it said. The lights went out. Total darkness swallowed the room. Clara's breath came in sharp, uneven gasps. She reached for her phone on the counter, desperate for light, but her fingers touched something cold and rough instead, a hand. She jerked back. The breathing behind her stopped. Slowly, almost reluctantly, she turned. It was her father. Not a distorted face. Not a shadow creature. Just him. Same worn flannel shirt he always wore on weekends. Same faint smell of motor oil from the garage. His eyes glistened. "You have to come with me," he said. "This isn't your house. None of this is real. If you stay, you'll forget who you are." Her mind spun. This was her house. She could picture every nail in the walls, every coffee mug in the cupboard. She opened her mouth to argue, and froze. The living room was gone. The front door was gone. The windows were fading. All that surrounded her now was a hallway that stretched into darkness on both sides. The man claiming to be her father held out his hand. "If you take it, you'll remember. If you don't." From behind her, another voice, her own, spoke. Don't listen to him. He's the one who put you here. Clara turned. She was staring at herself. Clara looked from her father's outstretched hand to her own identical face behind her. Both spoke at once, perfectly in sync, choose, or you'll stay here forever. Her pulse pounded in her ears. She took a step toward one of them, and the other smiled, as if it already knew she'd picked wrong. She stepped toward her father, her choice made. The other one, the one she hadn't chosen, watched with a strange, almost pitying expression before fading into the darkness like smoke. The man she'd chosen took her hand. You did the right thing, he said, leading her down the hallway. The darkness peeled back with each step, revealing sunlight, the smell of coffee, the faint hum of her fridge. She was home. Her living room looked exactly as it always had, except for one detail, a small wooden box on the coffee table, its lid carved with two slow, deliberate knock marks. Open it, he said. Inside was a photograph, her, standing next to her father, both smiling. On the back, in handwriting she didn't recognize, were the words, "You only ever had one choice." Clara looked up to ask him what it meant, but she was alone. The front door was wide open, swaying gently as if someone had just stepped out. That's the end of this story. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching and have a great day.